Howdy, everybody. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. I'm just kind of getting things ready, sitting back, chilling. A little early for me. I got a few bones to pick with DaVinci Resolve. Got a few bones to pick with DaVinci Resolve. I can't load things very well, like big projects and stuff like that. If you have a plugged-in hard drive, which is how I like a lot of my video stuff stored. It doesn't work well with that. Premiere 2025, I'm hoping it's gotta be better, right? It's gotta be better, hopefully. But today, a lot of things are happening. Deltarune, much anticipated. I'll admit, I'm a fan. It's been like 4 years or something like that. I was looking at my old save data. It's literally from 2021, so it's like, that's crazy. That's crazy. But yeah, waiting for that. That's probably gonna be in what, like 4 hours or so. In the meantime, I'm gonna just chill and get some work done for my campaign. I've been kind of slacking on it a little bit, making some maps for my players and for other people to use for Ferlangen. You know, I like to go a little bit extra, so we're gonna make 2 maps for this one park. It's one of 3 parks, but it's the largest park in Ferlangen. Now, Ferlangen is a city in Ostland, which is a grand province of the Empire in Warhammer Fantasy. And Ferlangen is notable because it's the largest city in sort of the northwestern part of the Empire. You can say maybe Saltkalten, but I guess it's really up to personal taste, even though the hard numbers are there, and I believe it's like 1,000, it's like half the size in terms of population in the Gazetteer for 2nd edition. But nuts to that, I say. It's the major confluence of a bunch of rivers and such like that, and it just kind of, I don't know. And my Ferlangen's a little bit bigger. I've been chipping away at that map kind of slowly, but we'll get to that in time. For now, we've got a blank canvas to work with. Is this the... Yeah. We've got a blank ass canvas to work with. So we're gonna do some stuff with that. Let me pull up all the right stuff. What am I looking for? It's been a while. Sorry, it's been a while since I've streamed. I've been too busy lately. A lot of family stuff and things like that, but yeah, it's good to stream again. Okay. Got the map up here. Did I do square? I think I did square. Let's do a new one. No, I did landscape. So weird. I am going to edit in 3K. I usually do 2K, but I think it'll be better for you guys to see. Won't be so scrunched up. I like to work in like super scrunched.
But did you know?
There we go. That's what I was gonna do. I need to pull up my other chat. Let's see here. My multi-stream, the chat's worked on the thing. All right, there we go. Whoop. All right. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Well, for starters, let's find a grass I like. This is a city park. Alright, so It needs to be... Can we get even further in here? Does that actually increase their size? Yeah. Okay. This is decent for a start. Let's start with this. So we're gonna have two of these maps side by side. Because this is gonna, we're gonna have the sides of this. It's gonna be street. Alright, so this is gonna be pretty small. So maybe something more like this. And then we'll layer over it. Is what you gotta do. Right, and then we... get really low on the opacity here, and we just do like little divots, right? I need to bring up a picture. Okay, I kind of made this a little hard for myself, but here, let me show you guys the reference that we're working with here. How do I do this? Okay. Browse. No. Maybe like this. Come on, let me transform it. Why is it being such a pain in the butt? Who designed OBS to be like this, man? This sucks. Gotta be like pixel perfect. There we go. Jesus. Okay. Put that like there for you guys. Got my reference. Alright. I don't know if I'm gonna make it so... Well, I guess I can make it a little obligated. Or we could just kind of turn it to the side. Or it could add more down below. Either way, I gotta be mindful. We got a big lake. I'd say we'll put this on... We'll start with the left side first. So that big lake is underneath the big 40 there. Which I could really use right now, but it can't buy alcohol this late. So, that's to that. Let's find some water. Let's just get the outline of what we kind of want first. I always find that helps a lot more. Do you have, like, lake? No. On. Okay, active water. I'm thinking this is like a nice little lake, you know, where couples paddle out onto and whatnot. This is a city of romance. Ferlangen. There we go. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Something a little bit like this, right? Okay. Here's my thought. Okay. We start with the darks, and then we move up from there. This has got kind of like this kind of shape, almost. We could put this as like, you know, actual background and then foreground around the land. You might actually want to do that. Oh, that's right. We need to dig space. That looks a little bit better. It's just too angular. We'll touch it up in I don't know if I'd call it post or what, but we'll touch it up eventually. We just need to get the basic idea of it. Is all. Okay, first of all, texture scale way down. Wheeze me? What the hell is this? Okay. Something more like that. That still looks not great, but here's where the magic happens. Okay. Kind of like spray paint it in. Especially around the edges, right? With a different texture scale here in general. No, that's bad. Maybe if we turn up the brightness on it a little bit. Still too much. Maybe I'm just working with too much there. It's just, this is not what I'm kind of going for. Thought it would be. Coral reefs, huh? I need some inspiration here. I'm gonna look up. Let's see. Like London Park Lake or something like that, right? Okay, it's kind of it can work with a deeper sort of blue here. Wheelie water, no. That's too bright. Ah, that looks terrible. We'll come back to that. You gotta do what you can. Okay, now we do the streets. We're gonna outline everything first, and then we're gonna slowly chip away. Sorry, gotta do stone. Thought cobble worked. Okay, here we go. Sorry, scale that. Something like this. Alright, and then looking at our picture, kind of got like a shape like this going on. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing, aren't I? Yes. This will be past the 100. I could do a well, polygon doesn't work, but I think we want to see something kind of like this. That angle takes too sharp a turn. Wish you could just do like a line, right? Can we rotate this? We can. Okay, that actually makes things a lot easier. What we'll just do is something like this. Works for me. Change this here. Apply. Now this is begging the question, how big is this part gonna be? Pretty big. I need to move this down, the lake down a bit. No, it's subtract, right? She didn't want to go that much. There we go. Like that's probably fine-ish for now. Alright, so chip away at this. Yeah, I just... something like that. I gotta square this up in my mind because we're taking half of this, so it's gonna look kind of odd. I'm trying to use my hand here. Like that? Okay. So, roughly, very roughly, let's get the dirt paths mapped out here. No, that's not quite right. I mean, it doesn't really matter. We just need a dirt. I don't want it to look terrible, though. Something like that, yeah. And then this one comes down right here. Almost straight. remember correctly, there's like a little path. Comes over here. Like that. There's like a little, you know, there's like stuff there, like maybe a little boat. You can buy little boats there or something. Alright, so back over here, right where this first connipts, go swoop. And then it looks a little goofy, but we'll clean it up. Actually, it's not quite right. So what we'll do... something like that. Something like that. And then this goes down. But more like that. We can actually do here. We can make this kind of like a neat little rest area, you know? I wonder if there's a gazebo stamp. I know there's gotta be stuff that looks like gazebos though. I wonder how well we can fake a gazebo. No, it's just the one watercolor stamp, right? Yeah. It is. I think we're gonna end up using a watercolor stamp for this. Desert gazebo? Some of these are pretty cool. I haven't really taken a look at the desert one too much. Okay. This is what I used. Pavilion. I mean, it is. Oh, this just looks bad when it's scaled up so much like this. Maybe it could be a bunch of gazebos for multiple events, but I don't know if they'd really have them set up like that, right? You know what I mean? Alright, let's see if I can find a better stamp. Gazebo stamp VTT. You'd be surprised sometimes. Gazebo token. Pavilion VTT map. No. Alright, we're gonna have to make our own, which is fine. That suits me just fine. Alright, we go back to Incarnate, we go to Wood. Let's see here. Find like wooden fencing. This might be what we're looking for, but that's not really like the style or color I want, so we'll leave that as a maybe. This is a little closer, not quite what I want. This is much closer to what we need here. Three hours left. I feel like there needs to be more, like, I don't know how to really quantify it or say it, but I mean, at the very least, there needs to be way more stamp limit. Custom stamps, you only get 500. So I'm like left looking around. Okay, hold up. No. I think that watercolor. Okay, hold on. let's go back to our reference image. Go ahead. Oh, turn that around. I think, right? No, that was right. That was right. What angle was that? 30? So it should be like 330 then, right? Yeah. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll go up to foreground. Because you add the roof of the pavilion in the virtual tabletop as a overhead roof. If you want to. I mean, it's open air, so I would argue you don't. You just leave it on the big map as a reference. That's what I would say, personally. Okay, we need a wood texture. I don't like the wood textures they have too much. This might be pretty good, actually. For a gazebo. Actually, I feel like a gazebo maybe should have more something like this. Oh, I should have finished layering the grass the second time. This is going to be a huge pain in the ass to fix. This is why you do the proper order of operations when you're making your maps. If you don't, you fuck up like me and you have to go back and you have to fix it, and it takes a real pain in the ass to do so. Thought there was a better grass we were using. There was like a lush grass. There we go. Okay, that looks a little bit better. And we didn't even mess up our other stuff. It's a nice little trick. That's not centered, whatever the hell. You know what? My on system can do just fine. These are imperial citizens. They're not necessarily the best at construction. That suits me just fine. Eventually we'll like make like proper gates and stuff like that, but we're just trying to again hammer things out, right? Okay, so now we have to kind of figure out, start hedging this out a bit better. Ew. This is in the nicest district of the city, mind you. So we gotta figure out exactly what we're doing here. Hold on, canoe. Boat. Okay, here we go. Perfect. Little boats. Then the other thing is the scale question, the size of the scale. Okay, so we're assuming here, right? Assuming size of a horse, right? If we're assuming like two coaches can kind of like get by each other. We're gonna need to scale these horses down a little bit. Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so if that's our size of reference, boat should be a little bit larger than a horse, I feel like. There we go. We'll make this a little bit smaller in it. Put these under the layer. Why in the world would it be on random? But they don't want you to know. See, that does almost kind of doesn't work. Certainly doesn't sell it. These are just romantic little boats too. They're not big ones, so maybe I should scale them down a little. Right, and then say there's maybe like 3 of them. We'll put one of them out there. A man and a woman. I think there's little people that we can grab. Ooh, perfect. Perfect. Just out there. This is okay. This is good. We can have like little crowds of people, stuff like that. Gotta put my little notice out. There we go. Oh shit, 223 changes. Okay. Halls Garten West. Ugh. Probably should just fill it up, honestly. Probably look a little bit better when it's all blown up. There should be like a tree of some sort here. A dead tree could work, but I don't know. That's another thing that's a little weak on, but we'll see what we got. Ooh, one of these weird corporate trees could work. I'm thinking something more like that, like a not like a bonsai, but like a fruit tree would work really well, but they don't really have fruit trees. Never mind, apple tree. Alright, well this will be a big ass apple tree. Yeah, that's a huge apple tree. Big Jack or something like that. It'll be like a gnome tree. We'll put a couple more around. Not that size though. We'll put a couple more around. I think here. This would be like people would be lounging, bathing, dueling, doing art around here, picnicking. This is what I'm imagining, right? Maybe have their fancy events over here. Have another little area across the way. Maybe a third one here for like... I think this is the main one though, because that's kind of how I drew it in the reference pic. There's gotta be... Yeah. Just put like a scattered kind of amount of trees. There's, you know, it's aesthetic in that there is no real like slant. We're gonna take some of these out though, for sure. And actually, what happens if I change the color on one of these? Can I make it fall? It changes the apple too. Get more of a real sort of tree then. Yeah, I should have probably just... There we go. Done something like that more so. Like a sort of tree park area thing, and then I would imagine kind of have a bunch more like lining the park. don't know whether I'd want this fenced in or off. I feel like they wouldn't fence it off, right? But it is like a, I don't know. Just be like, what, uncouth to walk the other ways or something? That's not gonna do for the entranceway. It's gotta be like this, because this right here is gonna be where the Temple of Tal, Temple of Rhea are right here. Raya. Rhea probably shouldn't be how it's pronounced. I'm thinking about it. Alright. There we go. Alright, that's starting to look a little bit, coming together a little bit more. It's still angular, it's still sharp, it's still crude, but we'll chip away at it. Hewing at it like a statue, right? So, we've got already a couple of places. We got the gazebo, we got some trees, we got a little bit of thing here. I want to add maybe 2 more things. Maybe like something up here, maybe something down here. And then, actually, okay, so 3. If there's a way to make it like more obvious that people like swim or something. Ooh, little changing tents. That's what it needs. And a little rental shack right here on the water. What can I make for a shack? Clearly, if I put in shack, I'm not gonna get anything, right? Okay, but those look like shit. That might as well be a dock. No. Tent? Maybe a tent could work. I was thinking more something wooden. This could work for, like, changing now. Ooh, I know. Okay. This is like a privacy blind, almost, right? Because this shallow areas where people are going to be doing the swimming and such. There we are. Do I like that, though? I mean, I suppose. Let's keep going and see how I feel. So I think... put a little path. And then some like very light sand. I want it that opaque. Maybe go like this. That's a bit better. Because it's not as bright. It's not as bright, right? So. The person's gonna be larger than that, so these are a little too small. Now they're fine. I feel like grabbing that was a mistake, but it looks a little better now. There we go. No! Now, I don't know if that's the tent I want. This is maybe closer or something. Works, huh? Alright. Wait. Oh yes, okay. Oh, this should have been the gazebo. Alright. Little changing tent so that they can be properly couth. There we go. And then I feel like this would... they'd close it off. Right? They don't want weirdos freaking and sneaking. We wouldn't get that close to the water, though. Yes. I wish there was a easier way to, like, show, like, a hill on a 2D plane, but it's just, there's no real good way. Start adding some definition here. Let me go with that. Oh, this one. Maybe this one. This song should not be this calm. Need to lower the texture scale. Yes. Doesn't look terrible. There we go. Okay. Okay, that actually does kind of help a bit. Bring it together. And then the entrances we do up nice. Thinking almost maybe too many trees. Not enough flowers. Gotta be something here. I feel like in a city of romance, they wouldn't allow, like, stands and such. Or maybe they would allow some, like, curiosities and oddities. I feel like it might be more so up here. Come on, give me something good. Give me something I can work with. Ooh, okay. I didn't even know these existed. Okay. Okay, I can work with this. Yeah, this is a little bit more. It's like, what do you call it? The thing. It's like a Planet Coaster. You gotta have the stalls and the stands and all that. But that'll be it. I feel like, because I don't know, I feel like they wouldn't want too much going on in the park like that, right? It's a park to be, like, enjoyed. Alright, I think more flowers and such, and then we can probably consider this one complete to an extent. Because it doesn't need to be too crazy. We do need to just, you know, chip away and make it look a little bit more nicer. But, like, just in terms of functionality. So let's see here. What do we have? I'm gonna have more than azaleas. Okay. Actually, yeah, do we have hedges? Hedges and mowers and hedges and mowers and hedges and mowers? No. Alright. Crap. Because I like the idea, actually. Over here, maybe. Right. Don't randomize on me. Of there being, like, a maze. I'm making it harder on myself. The Lover's Maze, we'll call it. Everything in the city, it's okay. The only thing that is, like, canon about it is that, like, a knight gets infected by Nurgle and kills everyone there. Not on purpose. And that it's known for its antiques and shit. I think I might have goofed up here, but we can fix this. Yeah. It's actually gonna be easier to just delete that. Pull this back a bit. Put this under. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's right. I wanted to, that one, the exit. Okay. Whoop. I know there's, like, some arrange and align tool, but I don't know how to use it, frankly. Good enough right there. Man, I can't wait to freaking, honestly, like, it's been years. Oh, is it still on height mode? Yeah. All the Deltarune mysteries will be revealed soon. Is he like possessed? Is he a psychopath? All the questions. There we go. Nice little hedge maze. It doesn't look quite right, but you know what? Yeah, I'll take it. You don't want to add too much stuff because Byakuaz, we need to fill out the other half. But I think that's about it to go. At least I don't think it's terrible. This is another thing I don't... Like, we only have 500 custom assets, right? I need cloths. I need cloth! This will do slightly, but not quite what we want. Ooh, the scale here's kind of F. Whatever. That's why we're gonna do it like over here. We're not gonna randomize. What we are gonna do... I wish you could randomize hue. That should be a thing. Should really get the torn up one, but whatever. Saturate it. Hue change to yellow. Yellow, brown, and green are the most like common dye colors. And it shouldn't be so uniform. We should break it up a little bit. It's like a 4th of July thing, you know? Or any kind of park thing. You just you got a bunch of people there all wanting to just kind of get a view of the lake, sit down with their whoever's, you know. And maybe they're not all like cocked and turned like that. Maybe some of them are at like an angle. Just makes it feel a little bit more lived and more real. That actually doesn't look too bad right there. That actually really doesn't look too bad. Like, it's very serviceable. Ooh, I know what I need to do before I leave this map. Before I leave this place. Coach. Carriage. There we go. There we go. Yo, what up, Chief Beef? That's a freaking Planet Coaster. Yo, what up? I need to finish my Planet Zoo Park. That reminds me, there's a lot of things I need to do. Alright. Let's start kind of making the grass not so shitty. It's because of these dang, like, Tyrannosaurus Rex plants, man. Ark Survival Evolved. Press E to get some fiber on these things. If they're too much. That last one was too much. Alright. There we go. Looking a little bit better. Everything's a little green tinged. I'll give you that, but nothing a fresh coat of love can't fix. I really hope they don't just reuse. I've heard things that they're just gonna reuse Spamton as like the secret boss or something. I hope the secret boss is freaking awesome in this. I guess there's 3 parts coming out, right? So I hope all 3 are really freaking cool. And I sadly don't have a Snowgrave save though. Never made one. But I'll probably do that at some point. I hope there's still more parts coming. That's what I really hope, is that the game's not like done. That'd be cool. That's a lot to ask, though. That's a big ask. Alright, why does the path change like this? For privacy, but there does need to be a few... Oh, you know what? It just occurred to me. We can have a neat little statue. I've used most of the statues in these things. So. I need it. Okay, one thing I really want to do, I want to get all of the pantheon of gods as statues for virtual tabletop. That would be good. Like Ranald, Sigmar, etc. Actually, this isn't too bad. An archer is like an aspect of tall. So this could work. Ideally, there'd be like a stag. Big old antlers, but we don't have that. Put that here. Yeah. And then the stamp limit just kind of... Oh, wait a minute. That's almost like a hunter, right? Almost, but it's too Spartan. It's just too Spartan in Greek to do. Well, oh. Oh. Oh, you know. You know. We gotta find a good place to put this one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. No, they wouldn't play Blood Bowl here. This is too civilized a park to play Blood Bowl. Or Midden Ball, sorry. Midden Ball. Quote unquote. That's not it at all. Whatever, I'll take this. There really should be like a wooden signpost. It's insane to me that there's not. There we go. And then now... go down. Some privy... maybe like an unassuming color. There we go. And then I binged the season 1 of Andor, and I've been watching season 2. Show's great, but it's a little slow. It's good. These are, you know, the noble folk don't want people to know they're taking a shit. Is basically what these trees are for. Nice little secure area to do their business. We'll go ahead and put a third path here. Maybe it would have like a Blood Bowl field set up. Nah, we can. If we do that, we can put it on the other side because the other side will need things. I mean, I think that's pretty good, given our reference. This side is a lot more like empty, right? And I think this is a good showing. Time to do it all over again. I almost wonder though. Wait a minute, I know what I can do. Check this out. New map from region. Let's get the pixels here. I think it's 496 by 496. 386 by 215 or something like that. So let's just take that.
Hey, kid. Want to see a magic trick? First, hold out your soul.
What did the checkbox say? I didn't even read it. Now this one has a small little lake right about here. Oh, fishing pond maybe. Who knows? No, I think it'd probably just be a small lake. Like people maybe feed birds or something. It's not quite that close though, so let's go ahead. Perfect. That's about right. Yeah, something like that. A little dark, but mostly alright. It doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look too bad at all. All right. There we go. That's what it was. And then it was like 23. Alright. This comes in kind of like this. I mean, not really, but we're gonna have to... We're gonna have to take some liberties. Ahead and do it like that. Yes, there we go. And then go. It's all coming together now. Or at least starting to. Yeah, maybe like a Blood Bowl pitch here. Mid ball, whatever. I have to find a different dirt. Okay, this dirt. No, that dirt sucks. Ooh, wait a minute. This could almost be good. A base to put some other stuff on. It's just doing unfiltered, huh? Ooh, perfect. Okay, so now, go to opacity like 30. Perfect. No, like opacity like 47. $66. Perfect. I gotta buck this up a little bit so it looks right. Alright. Hopefully that's not too noticeable. Now what we do is we go back to the texture, and what we're gonna do is with even less opacity, we're gonna go over this. There we go. That's starting to look proper. How are we gonna do stands though? I've done it once in Foundry itself. What? Oh, am I in textures? Yeah. Okay. Cause there's seats. I think I'm cooking now. All right. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Now we fill it in some accommodations. Now maybe a small little tower, right? I think so. Just a small one, you know, like just sports casting from. I mean, I'll even take like a wooden platform. Take me back to the dock. Use this. And then chair. Just put some chairs on it. Table. Perfect. The seats are a little big, but whatever. Oh, this is a good stretch. And I just kind of want to watch Andor some more. But I need to discipline myself here. I need to get some stuff done. I suppose some benches, right? Benches. Yeah. It's not perfect, but they are not too focused on beauty. Not insofar as so much. I'll put another little guy here. Put a couple of these trees around. Oh yeah, that's right. And then we gotta do the perimeter trees. Remind you too, these are not like, I don't feel like I should have to say this, but this isn't like super professional or whatever. Like, these are for a session that is later this week. And there's a lot of locations I need to make. I do plan on touching everything up. Yeah, that looks good so far. Scattered through. Oh gee, I forgot to do the grasses again. I really need to get better at that. There we go. Dark grass, that's what we want. Oh my god, could you imagine? I hate having like the back and forth keys on the mouse. I wonder if I can rebind those. Shoot, really. Yeah, it's starting to look decent. If I do say so myself. The dick flattening feature, huh? Well, I think that's actually not too bad. You know, this is more like side. You go on, you know, you want to watch a Blood Bowl game, sure. Maybe eat a Rizzoli or whatever the hell. Oh, just realized there probably should be restrooms or whatever. Yeah, maybe I don't need to detail everything, right? But, and then this is more like, okay, you know, this is like walk through the park, scenic views and whatnot. People dueling and all sorts of things. Yeah. I'm actually kind of happy with these two. If only we could sort it the other way, it would kind of connect. The curbs aren't dark enough here. I had it on opacity on too much. They're maybe too dark here, but tis what tis. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Actually, let me do something. Wait, you can open it at different resolutions? Oh, banana. Does that mean I can open this at a different resolution? I can open it at 4K. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, this doesn't look too bad at all. I was a little worried about the placement of some things, but it looks like it's mostly alright. Now, I think I want to go with street names like this instead of doing all these numbers. I think, like, not street names, but like districts. Like, we got a little sour apple here, right? I don't know how visible that is. But I'm sure, you know, if I put in a bunch, it'd be more visible. Artisan's Alley instead of 30, right? I think that's a better way to do it. I still got some space in here I gotta fill. This is like the Redux. I expanded it out a bit more. Fleshed things out a little bit. This is kind of like a wedge shape, almost. And yeah, there's a lot of history and lore in this city that I made up, because there is none otherwise. It's just, it likes antiques and timber, and it got wiped out by a Nurgle plague. But it's in a confluence of rivers, and it seems like we're in a pretty important place. We've got the two rivers feeding into it. I figure, why not make it a place for Varanans? It's a neat place to like explore Varana. There's the Grand Library of Varana in the middle over here, Poor District. There's many things. There's a university here, and a shrine to Cleo, which is the historian aspect of her. There's a bunch of taverns and bars and whatnot up and along the University Way, going up into the guild plots. I forgot my own map for a second. Got the guild houses mostly, and then Artisan Alley. So, kind of hand in hand here. You got a Temple of Ulrich, you got the Ulrich's Garden, right? In progress, there's being a Temple of Myrmidia. They just keep failing to find the funding, but they're trying to build. There's not a lot of interest in her up here, but they're trying. You got your military plaza here, built in, the old nobles, castle. Long ago, they moved up here after striking a deal with the original dwarves. Now most of the dwarves live in the new dwarf district, but many still reside in the old dwarf district. Got a huge ass Cathedral of Sigmar, big ass hammer, shaped like, but just turned the thing sideways. But hey, it works, right? You got the minor nobles, you got the major nobles, you got the Garden of Moor, you got the nobles' private little dock and beach area, nice and little festive, right? Get like a pina colada or something. These are actually secret like watch houses that I've put for myself. There's the Obsidian Order here, and they're like witch hunters. Or no, the Obsidian Vigil, I think, right? Something like that. Anyway, you don't want to go here. There's like gibbet cages hanging off this island. It's like a raised thing. It's not a good place to be. You've got your River Patrol headquarters here. Since the map from the Imperial Zoo end papers shows there's a ton more rivers now, this is actually like a significant enough river system, I would say, to warrant its own little branch. How I have the river patrols set up, each grand province is mostly in charge of its own thing. And so there's really three main stretches of river in Ostland. You've got like the Talabek. Technically there's four, but so you got the Talabek, which also includes like the run up to Wolfenburg. We'll count those two as one. You've got on the other side of that, going from like Bosenfels and from Wolfenburg all the way up to Ehrengrad, you've got that stretch. And then you've got the stretch that goes from Ferlangen and the Middle Mountains down to Salkalton and the Sea of Claws. So I figure there would be like a vice admiral, who oversees this, and they report to the admiral who's in Wolfenburg. But, you have many like commodores and such here who lead many captains, right? And so this is a pretty major area. You got some shipwrecks, you got Lover's Leap over here. The city's full of superstition, haunting, and the water down the way is not so good. So it's overall a neat little place that I've been building up. I'm trying to make like a little fan splat for it. There's lots of shrines to, Narlog and Gulware and all sorts of other like regional Ostlandic gods. And there's a lot of like antique halls and auction halls and stuff like that, because antiques. So I figured there'd be lots of auctions as well. Other than that, you got your temples here that I was talking about. Cal and Rhea. It's the best I could do with the stamps I was given. Got some water locks. This is one of my favorite parts about this city. Over here on these two sides, okay? You've got the Birnbaums and the Beinbaums. and it's basically just like left Twix and right Twix factory. So they're basically the same. But they hate the shit out of each other, and they even tried to like join their houses in union, and it would create like a monopoly, right? But the wedding, you know, it went off fine. Maybe the first few years were great. They had some children, but things started to sour. Feuds started to build up. Old resentments, you know, held true, and as a result, there was a bitter divorce, and the children are kind of left in the middle. Like one of them, they want to try to rebuild, like their family, like the Alpschweiss is what it is, right? And so they want to, you know, bring their parents back together. Another one wants to just say like, screw our parents, we'll make our own like dynasty, right? We don't need them, and you know. It's just interesting. So you got these two big, and then they're kind of like the hooks and the fish, right? So they've got massive gangs, and while they don't outright rule the guild, the timber guild, and like the logging guild, the carpenters guild, etc., they have massive leverage over them. But they are like, as a result, precluded from holding any actual real guild position, like of power in the guilds, even though they have a lot of soft power. When they do that to try to mitigate it. And it very well could be that, like, you know, nobles or rival merchants kind of set this marriage up to fail. But, you know, it is what it is. There's no coming back now. You got your castle estate. I put the Tasseniks here. So in history, the Königswalds are the rulers of Ostland until Vladimir von Raukov takes power, but like the whole thing is just like Drachenfels and all of that stuff. I think I actually went through all the whole music playlist. All of that stuff. It very briefly for like 3 years goes into the hands of the Tasseniks. So that shows to me they are probably the second most powerful noble family after the Königswalds. So you got Wolfenburg, and you have a bunch of other big cities in Ostland, but they are all owned. For one, the Tasseniks, I don't think I mentioned in any of the 2E gazetteers like Sigmar's heirs. Secondly, the Tasseniks really aren't like mentioned much at all, other than that, which seems like kind of an oversight. So I thought, you know what, Ferlangen is where they would be. So, yeah. Oh, why do I have 37 and 36 over there? Oh, that's right. Those are the district names I'm experimenting with. I think that is just better. We got this Bridgetown. I made like a little bar for it, but not much more. Alright, none of these, it's just the OST. That's fine. Yeah, so, okay, so if I did the garden, I might need to make, like, either a bar or a military area. What should I do? I'm gonna grab a snack real quick. Maybe I can create a poll. I'm gonna grab a snack real quick and try to figure out what exactly I'm gonna make next here. I don't know what change I changed, but save it. Actually, cancel that. There's just one change, right? So we don't need to change that. All right, so okay, I need to figure out a new map. Oh, but give me a moment. Okay. I have returned with food. Okay. Let me think. Almost dropped my remote. I don't really want to make the House of Law yet. This is the Dwarf Forge. Pose in the old dwarf district. But honestly, I don't really feel like doing that right now. I really just want to watch Andor. I've only been streaming for 2 hours though. Could probably use that as the tavern. Low. Could finish that one off. I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm feeling like low energy and a little uninspired right now. But I guess that's part of this, is that I need to force myself to make something. Taking a little while to load. There we go. Alright, let me see here. Look at the town map. Yeah, I guess, like, part of the dwarf district might not be a bad idea. Because maybe I can include not just the place where he's gonna get his stuff forged. Got one character that wants to forge some stuff. I've got another character that gonna want to sell a lot of stuff in the nice district, or buy stuff in the nice district, or just try to run scams in the nice district. Dwarves are right near that. It's also the historical district, but I don't think my players are gonna go there, and I don't want to make anything that my players aren't gonna go to, at least not yet. Obviously, yes, I do want to make stuff for not just my players, but I gotta work within time constraints, right? What to do, what to do. So I'll make like a military bar pub. Yeah, I got kind of an inspiration going now. Alright, so since this one is totally in city with no water, we can just go ahead and... Whoop. I fucked that one up. There we go. That's too small. It was better. It was good enough. Okay. So, we've got this now. What I'm thinking is... I kind of wanted to have a little... I don't like when they have just a square. I don't like making just squares, right? We'll give it a shape. New Victorian paneled cap. Neat. I'm not quite sure what that is. To be quite honest with you. Ah, yes, the Hell Castle. Wasn't there... There's one that's like, Waddle and Daub. For sure. Where is it, though? I know I've seen it. It's like the German style. I'm going crazy over here. Bark walls. Actually, that's basically what I want. Ostland, I imagine, you know, they're really poor. And practical, right? They're very practical people and tough. I think some of their buildings would be like this. And it would just be like the style. But maybe not for a military house. Man, where is it? I swear I done seen it. Maybe I need to go like this. There it is. No. No? Where is it, man? I know I've seen it. Whatever. Wait. Oh, man, what? Where is it? Whatever. We'll just do this. Alright. That looks like shit. Where could it be? Whatever. This will be fine for like a military bar. It needs a strong hook. That here. Go. Yo, what's up? I think it's like an hour and 15 minutes. I think that's all. I think it's just an hour and 15 minutes, and then chapters 3, 4, and 5 are coming out from what everyone's saying. Make the bar shaped like a gun. No, I don't like doing double like that. It doesn't look good, no. Starting to cook. No. No. Okay. Yeah, it's shaped like a gun. Kind of. Like the stock of a gun. Maybe that's what I can call it, like the rifle's stock or something. The broken stock. Out of stock. No, it's the Watchman's Rest. I think I accidentally already named it in the campaign. Something just doesn't scream right to me about this design. It's just too janky. Maybe if we got rid of this. Placed it like this. It just doesn't look right. Slide this back on in. Ugh, I hate having to do like a small cover up. They never look good. Hey, this looks better now that we've pulled it out a bit. But where would the door be? Here? I don't know. We'd have to pull the whole thing down. I do kind of like the idea of this little curve here. It does make it feel kind of homey. Here's what we'll do. We'll drop this down a bit. Perfect. And we'll raise all of this up. Put this in to little bridge the gap. We're getting there. It's not quite where I want it to be. You know what I'm thinking? We delete that. Make that a little bit more dramatic, right? Just, it's so close to looking good, but it doesn't. That doesn't work neither. Only there was a way to cover that up. Maybe we can reduce its height? I'm willing to try anything. It's gonna look bad though, I think. I can almost work with this. There we go. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. What does a military bar look like? Military bar. Okay. Pretty simple. Doesn't look like there's a lot of seating. But there's some. Practical. Man, I'll need custom stamps for this. I guess I'll have to do it all in Foundry. You can only have 500 custom stamps in Incarnate. Even if you have the most paid version of it. Which is a very big weakness in my opinion. Because 500 is not enough. 500 is not enough. So you really gotta balance, like, what are you gonna do in VTT, for lack of a better term? In my case, Foundry, you know, Roll20, whatever you use. What are you gonna put on that? Versus what are you gonna use as a stamp in Incarnate? There's just not a door. See, just none of it looks great, is the problem. This herringbone looks not too bad, though. Maybe a little larger. Dude, I'm hyped to see, like, are we like, I mean, clearly we are responsible for opening up fountains, but, like, what's going on? I'm very hyped for fucking Deltarune. I cannot wait, honestly. I loved Undertale. You know, some might say that's a guilty pleasure or whatever. I'll say this. The internet loved that game until it got popular, and then people started hating on it. And that's like the truest of facts right there. One thing I want to do, I guess we'll do it after this one. We'll roll up a random tavern, and then we'll make it in Foundry. This is like a Watchman's Rest, right? I would say everything they have would be like very practical or repurposed. I saw some pictures of like cut up barrels used as seats. Oh, but you know what? We can put like a naval vent and other stuff. We've got like knickknacks, right? So let's start with like the seating, and we'll go from there. This is like the class area, so I would say actually sometimes it's helpful to work with a grid. Get our tables out. Go. Two of those like that. Yeah. Where do I want the bar here? I suppose it could be like here, right? I imagine this place only has a little bit of lodging, and it's more like a common room, but it's not as bad as a common room. It's hammocks. It's like a barracks, right? That's what I would think. So, there is a standing force of an army here, state troopers for Ostland, in Ferlangen. There is the town watch. There are private guards and noble, like armies, right? There is the road wardens. And there is the river patrol. And there is a sizable militia. And yes, all of these organizations do provide housing and whatnot for their members, but being, you know, a military bar, it has, you know, people coming and going and whatnot, and so it does provide that sort of familiar sort of bunking for people and travelers and whatnot. You know, retired soldiers or what have you, whatever, right? So it does provide a little bit of board Oh, maybe the stairs would be up there. Right, and then we can have maybe a couple of tables. Yeah. There we go. Feeling good about that. What entertainment is there here, though? Let me randomly roll that. Oh, I gotta get my D10. Toy. Alright. What kind of entertainment is this place? I'd say it's a middle scale, upper establishment. What kind of games we got? What kind of entertainment? Also, real quick, we've got adequate staff. We've got, strong ale, spirits, wine, fine wine. So pretty robust blend of things, actually. There's even a menu. Oh, wait, that's gold tier. I'm looking at gold tier. Whoops. Okay. So, let's see. 4. Okay. Two actual rooms and 12 bunks. That sounds about right. Another way to look at it, too, is, that's like a squad and an officer. 2 squads and 2 officers. Because there are, like, scouting brigades that go out. So that kind of fits well with my lore there. Alright, but we need to figure out what games are these guys playing? Are they playing D&D? I hope not. Or